The Basano Vase is an accursed item from stories that have circulated for years that have haunted Italy. Its tale is a dark one with unknown origin that death follows it wherever it goes and vanishes from history. Can a simple vase cause so much tragedy? Where did it come from? Where is it now? I'm your host, Scoot, along with
Hatter.
and welcome to Investigation.
I'm so interested.
Did you like that tagline?
I did. I am going to add very quickly that I'm having some type of allergic reaction to a few bug bites, so I took a Benadryl. So if I end up getting loopy, super quiet, Scoot might look over and I might be just sleeping. I'll apologize ahead of time for that. So
anyway, we'll go ahead and continue.
That's all I wanted to add, just in case.
So we are going to travel to is it Nepal? We're going to say Nepal. I feel like that's
what because I don't know if Nepal is Italy or if
it's a city in Italy.
It would be okay. This is a bad comparison, or not a bad comparison, a funny comparison. I'm pretty sure there's an Overwatch map that's and they're like traveling to Nepal, and that's why I'm thinking of it. It is Naples.
Well, according to Google, we're going to travel to Naples, Italy.
Because Nepal is in South Asia.
Ah!
That's why I was like, I don't think that's in
correct.
Italy.
So we're just wrong. We're just right off the bat, but you know.
We're not, our pronunciations are not our strong suit.
No.
We do our very best.
We do.
But I'm dyslexic as fuck. It's just not working out.
And we're also going to go back in time to the late 1400s.
Okay.
So the 15th century. Now, this time period was a time of intense cultural and intellectual revival in the Italian Renaissance.
Ooh.
Yes, which is known for scientific, literary, and artistic advancement, and just much more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Bassano vase is believed to have originated around this time. The vase is described as being cast from solid silver. The design is very simple, no intricate markings or design, which would make it harder to identify the creator of it.
Oh.
Yes.
Do we have a picture?
We do have a picture. Now, the weight of it is probably roughly around 4 pounds from my research.
Picture time.
Now, I'd like to...
Come on, tell your friends. Sorry.
Now, I'd like to point out, and I bring this up later, this is the only picture we have of this item.
The only picture?
The only picture. Now, we'll get to that later as to why.
Okay, because I'm very intrigued.
So there's that for you.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
It kind of looks like a person.
A person?
Like,
Hold on a minute.
Almost like somebody in like a dress or something. Like where the white is on it.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Okay.
Like holding a staff. Like, yo, wizard. No, wrong movie. You shall not pass.
You shall not pass.
Wrong franchise.
Wrong franchise. You're so close.
So close.
Shoot. Now, the legend says that the vase was given to a young bride on the night before her wedding.
Oh, so it is somebody in a dress.
No.
It's a wedding dress. I'm kidding. But
shoot. Now, this wasn't an uncommon practice for times like ancient Greece.
Yeah.
Guests would give these vases to brides to use in prenuptial rituals and just cherished additions to the home afterward. Now, in terms of ancient Greece, they would be more elaborate with mythological tales or scenes of bridal preparation to celebrate the union.
Okay.
And then if we go to the 12th century, Duchess Eleanor of...
I like that when you're talking, you do this with your toes the entire time. You just wave them at me.
Is that what I've been doing? Do I do this every time? Do I do this every recording?
Every recording. Whenever you start talking, your toes just sit there and wave.
Shoot. Hold on, I gotta Google how to say this, because Lord knows I would probably say it incorrectly.
Like I said, pronunciations
Are not our strong
not
suit.
our strong suit.
And this is apparently a French region. Hold on. So Duchess Eleanor of
Aquitaine?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now she gifted her soon-to-be husband, King Louis VII, a crystal rock vase.
Oh.
So kind of looking at like back at history in like the time period, because we have to think the Renaissance was extravagant, you know, like art was extravagant and things of that nature.
They're big on like the theatrics of things.
Yes. So it's quite odd that this was so plain for a wedding gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to the young bride. On her wedding night, the new bride was found laying on the floor dying and clutching the vase.
Oh, no.
In some variations, it was when the wedding was about to start and she was nowhere to be found. Her soon-to-be husband was searching for her and found her. Now, it's unsure, like, what her cause of death was. Now, it's rumored that in her dying breaths, the bride vowed to have her revenge while clutching the vase. Now, there is little information known about the bride or her suitor, including their names.
So is it like, is this story confirmed, or is it like a story that people have developed over time?
I get to there.
Okay.
We'll break it down. I'm just going to go over the timeline.
Okay, the timeline first. Gotcha.
Yes. Now, I guess after her funeral, the vase was given to one of her family members for safekeeping, who would sadly also died just days after receiving the vase. And it was once again passed to another family member, who, again, met an untimely end. Another mysterious death, almost immediately after taking possession of the vase. Go for it. Speak your thoughts.
I feel like sometimes, though, like, materials can, like, cause health problems. And so I'm like, is it something maybe the vase was made out of? That, like, was causing people to, you know, because, I mean, before they thought that, like, uranium was fine to, like, come in contact with. So it's like, eh.
Fair enough. Lead poisoning.
Right.
You know, or, what's the, mercury.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Now, at this point, the family kind of puts it together that it's the vase, and they reach out to a priest for guidance, thinking that whoever gifted the bride the vase either put a curse on it or that it had been made with cursed materials.
Okay.
Now, some claimed that the vase was hidden away by the priest. Others say that it simply just disappeared, while others claim that it was buried on sacred grounds.
Oh.
I know. I guess the question is, was this vase already cursed? Or did the bride's dying words put a curse on the vase? But we'll continue.
What were her dying words?
That she was going to swear revenge.
Oh.
While she was dying holding the vase.
I think I missed that because of the cat.
You must have missed that because of the cat. It's okay.
She was chewing on cords.
The cat was being very naughty.
She was being a little naughty.
But no, as the bride was dying, she was saying she was swearing revenge. So but we'll continue. Now, it would be rediscovered in 1988, roughly 500 years later-ish.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, in 1988, an unnamed man happens to dig up the vase in Italy, and with it he finds a piece of parchment paper inside the vase reading, "Beware, this vase brings death."
Oh.
Yes. Now, this man ignores the note and brings the vase to an auction house.
Brother. If I dug something up that said, "This will bring death," I'd be like, well, that's going back where I found it. Like,
exactly.
patting the soil back down.
Yep, you find something weird. Not even just that. If you find anything weird in the woods,
right,
leave it there.
Just leave it.
Don't take it with you.
Like, I see memes about that all the time, where it's like scientists uncover, or like archaeologists uncover a box that's 7,000 years old, and everybody's like, "Put it back where you found it.
Put it back." Now, this vase sells quickly to a local pharmacist for 4 million Italian, lire, which is roughly 2,360 US dollars today.
Oh, okay. I was gonna look that up. I was gonna be like, what's the conversion for
I
Italian money?
I did the conversion. I did it. We don't know the name of the auction house or the buyer.
Okay, just pharmacist.
Yes.
And we're still in Italy.
We're still in Italy, as far as I'm aware. All my research shows it never left Italy.
Okay.
Now, the pharmacist owned the vase for 3 months before dying.
Yeah.
Do we see a common pattern here?
Yeah, I'm starting to see a trend.
Now, in some variations, it said that he didn't believe in curses, but died only 2 months later after owning the vase. Now, after a short amount of time, the vase was yet again sold to an archaeologist who purchased it for his own private collection, and he bought that for... It's 5 million lires, which is roughly $2,950 in today's U.S. money.
Okay.
3 months later, he died of an unknown infection.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now, his family decided to sell the vase, but by this time, the vase seemed to have already had, a bad reputation. The stories were coming around.
Right.
This was considered, a bad luck item.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah. So they weren't able to sell it for anywhere near the amount that the archaeologist paid for it. But they did manage to sell it to somebody. Now, the new owner died in the span of only 1 month after purchasing it.
Oh my God.
Now, at this point, rumors of the curse were now well circulated, and the vase was utterly unsellable.
Well.
No one... No one is willing to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Even if you didn't believe in curses, I always, why take the chance?
Why? Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
thank you.
No. If I'm hearing that, people are buying this vase and dying just a couple months later, why would you buy it?
Right.
Why would you want it? So frustrated, a family member of the newest owner that had just died hurled the silver vase out the window.
Oh.
Yes. So, and this was either witnessed by a police officer or it actually hit the police officer in the head. I've seen both variations of the story.
Then the poor guy gets cursed from the vase just because somebody chucked it out a window, or he dies from the vase, but it's not because he owned it, it's because it fucking gave him a concussion. Jesus Christ.
Now, either way, the police officer attempts to bring the vase back to the family and to find the person who threw it.
Yeah.
Littering.
He's like, brother in Christ, you hit me with this.
Now, it's said that the family accepted the fine, but they refused to take the vase back. They didn't want nothing to do with it.
I'll pay you to take this off my hands.
Oh, shoot. Now, the officer attempts to give the vase to various museums, but, they've already heard of the curse, and they're refusing to take it.
I feel like that would be hard, too, though, because if you had the vase in a museum... Would it curse everybody in the museum?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's expand on that.
Right? Would it just curse the workers? Would it curse anybody who came and visited it?
Or just because it doesn't technically, it's not owned by anybody. Would it just not do anything?
Yeah, so really, I feel like a museum would be the safest place for it.
Honestly, fair enough. I hadn't thought about this earlier. You brought up a really good point.
Yeah.
Now, with no other choice in wanting to be rid of the vase, the officer placed the vase in a lead box, or some said it was a coffin, and it was buried in sacred grounds of a cemetery. It is not known what cemetery he buried it in, but since then, the vase has disappeared from history and with no other reported sightings or deaths.
That's weird. I mean, there's a lot of cemeteries, but I feel like it'd be, fairly easy to figure out what cemetery it was. Because if it's the police officer, in a local area, I don't know how big this area is in Italy that they're in. I feel like there'd only be so many cemeteries that you could check out. And if it's silver, at this point, get a fucking metal detector. Beep that bitch.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, this is just the general timeline of the legend, but we're going to break it down a little bit here.
Yeah.
There's no concrete accounts of anyone being in contact with this vase. No personal experiences, only stories stated by mouth. Some variations of the story claim that the bride in the 15th century made the vase herself as a gift for her husband. And on their wedding day, her death wasn't mysterious. She was murdered by an unknown assailant.
Oh. Well, that's still fucked.
Yes.
Vase or not, like, that's fucked.
And that she was found clutching the vase as her life slipped away, promising to get revenge on the one who killed her. Now, many claim that this is what created the curse, and it is actually the malevolent spirit of the bride haunting and murdering all future victims.
That is weird that there looks like there's a dress on the front of it.
Now that you said that, I didn't notice it the first time, I was like, this is just a pretty basic looking vase. But now that you pointed it out, it looks like someone's wearing a dress. It's kind of a little spooky.
It's a little spooky.
Or it's believed that she, while uttering this curse, this type of curse, she summoned evil entities which became attached to the object.
I feel like it'd be her spirit.
If it's gonna be anything. Yeah. Some variations of the story have more supernatural occurrences around the vase, such as whispered voices, or feeling uneasy, while around the vase or touching it. Reports also mention flickering lights, unexplainable shadows moving across walls, and this would occur either before or after a tragedy, when someone died, or before someone was going to die, in some of the variations of these stories.
Right.
Now, looking at the legend, we find that there are no names of any of the characters in this story.
Yeah.
Even when the vase is said to have reappeared in 1988, everyone's a mystery. I'm thinking for, the 80s, there'd be a record of something, and also, there's no locations are non-existent. We just know this happened in Italy. Right. We don't know any cities or towns or nothing.
Yeah.
With it being the 80s, you would have some form of record somewhere.
Right, and even the picture, it's... I feel like if it's coming from the 80s, they would have had a better photo of it if it circled back.
Yes.
Because it's still just the one picture.
Just the one picture.
And, they had cameras and stuff in the 80s.
Yeah,
come on.
And this, no, official police or historical documents, connect the vase to any, verified deaths or mystery events. Because if you think, if a police officer has got this vase, there's going to be some form of record somewhere.
Also, if the people got fined for it, for them throwing it out, I feel like there would be a little bit of a paper trail somewhere.
Yes, exactly. Now we're going to look at the fact that this is supposedly silver, pure silver vase. Now, silver was a valuable and symbolic metal during this time, during the 15th century.
Right.
Associated with purity and virtue, silver is often used as a protection against evil. Silver was also looked as a healing metal for many, many years, in fact, because of the properties of it. So it would be an unlikely object you would see to be cursed in such a manner.
Right. I mean, they all the time, folklore movies and stuff, it's silver that kills werewolves and silver that damages this. So it is weird that it would be a silver vase that is cursed, because usually it's the opposite.
Exactly. Now, another thing to look at, which is something I mentioned earlier, the design of the vase itself. Most vases during the 15th century were porcelain or decorated exquisitely with different colors and scenes of Italian life at the time during the Renaissance. So if you I was researching, I was doing my own little research.
And I was just bringing up the picture of the vase again. I mean, it is hard to see, one, because it looks like it's just a newspaper clipping.
Yes.
So it's hard to imagine what it would look like. I could see maybe that it was silver. I wish we knew the size of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of my research said, except for maybe roughly that it was 4 pounds.
Yeah. But that's because my thing, I'm silver is... Heavy. So, in looking at that vase, I just looked it up. A typical silver vase would be around 14.5 pounds.
Yeah.
maybe if it was really small.
A little tiny thing?
A little tiny vase.
So I just sent you a picture of like a general Google search of what 15th century Italian vases would have been.
That thunder is going crazy.
The thunder is going insane. Nothing looks remotely like that vase.
No.
And that's like one of my points here is like the actual shape of the vase doesn't fit the style of the time period.
Not at all.
It's got like a round bottom with like a scallop opening for our listeners.
Yeah, it would look like, I mean, I'll post a picture of it as our episode cover art so that way you guys can look at that too, but like it looks more like a typical vase you would see today, style-wise.
Yes.
Like it's basic, plain, very minimalist, like being a beige mom's house, you know what I mean? Like,
you know, when like most like Renaissance vases have like a flat bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my sources did say that it indicates that this vase is actually later than the 15th century and not Italian. The closest thing in comparison is like a pomegranate vase style from the Shin dynasty in the mid to late 1700s.
Oh.
Which I do have photos of that real quick.
Okay, cool. That's why I pulled up my phone because I was like, I feel like she's going to send me another photo.
Yes.
Picture time.
Picture time.
Oh.
Which they look a little bit closer in style to the original vase.
Yeah, they're still way more ornate though.
Yes.
With their like actual design of them.
Yes.
But yeah, it's way more similar.
It's similar to that, especially in shape, like where they have that round bottom.
And the like scallop top on some of them.
Yeah, on some of them, yes.
But they're still, those look porcelain or ceramic at least.
Yeah, which they usually were. Most vases are.
Right.
Now, there are silver, like, Persian vases, but they're not as plain looking from around that time period.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I have pictures. Picture time times 3.
I think this is time like 7,
Times 7, you know, whatever it is. They're much more, you know, ornate, detailed. Like, nothing hardly looks like the vase we see.
Yeah, especially for that time period, but these ones definitely look the most, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it. Well, and if it was my thing, if it was an older vase, say it was made way back when. By the time they found it in the 80s, it could have also been well worn. So some of the more intricate carvings were worn off in some way.
Oh, that could be. That could be. But we're going to move forward. We're going to look at the police officer who tried to take the vase to museums. To me, it is so unlikely that a museum wouldn't take a 15th century vase.
Yeah.
Or just, even if it was a 17th century, an old ancient vase, I have a hard time believing they wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I don't feel like there'd be any museum that would be like, nah, this puts a curse on people, we're not taking it. They'd be like, yeah, we'll put it in a glass case or something. But like, I mean, there's even haunted houses, like, where they have a ton of haunted objects.
Yes.
They risk themselves for that.
Yes, cursed or not. I mean, let's look at the Hope Diamond, which I've covered before. Mm-hmm. The Hope Diamond and Bubsy's stoop chair. And heck, even like the real life Annabelle doll.
Yeah. Or like the Dybbuk box and all of those. Yeah.
I mean, they're cursed or haunted in some fashion, but museums have them anyway. So, in all honesty, I don't think the vase exists.
A vase at some point existed because we have the photo.
True. Okay, fair enough. There is technically a singular grainy photo.
Right. Of some weird vase.
Of some form of vase, but it is definitely really strange that, one, there's no sources for the story, which is why I asked at the beginning if there was any sort of like to back up the claims. Because even when I think about the Sally house, the entity in the Sally house, people have experiences with, but in terms of her actual story, nobody can find any records of it. Yes.
So it definitely feels more like the item was there and then the story came type of thing. Because it just feels weird. One, especially that a museum wouldn't have taken it. Also that the police officer would have then, I guess, kept it for some amount of time, and then there's no like, oh, and then he died. Like, it's just a little weird.
A little bizarre.
Yeah, a little bit out there.
Now, I think one of my sources had a theory, in a way, where maybe a vase, some form of vase was found in the 80s, and in order to sell it at an auction house, came up with this elaborate backstory for it, which
I believe that.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
I could 100% believe that, to like drive up the price at the auction.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I could see that. But I don't think this vase is real. I smell some bullcrap.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that it's a cursed vase. I think that somebody somewhere has a vase that's a little bit historically ambiguous.
Yes.
But I think that's where it's at. Like, that's all it is.
That's all it is. And it's just like a scary legend that's just been passed around over the years, But that's all I have for the Bahama Mama. This is all I have for the Basano vase. Not much. This is a shorter episode, y'all. But that's what I've got for you today.
Yeah. I want I want haunted objects to be real. Just like, I mean, with any like paranormal story, I'm like, I want it to be real, or cryptids and stuff like that. I feel like more often than not, though, they're really easy to disprove than to prove.
What do you think about the Annabelle doll?
Or
should we save that for another time?
She freaks me out a little bit. Well, and there's one. So another podcast I like to listen to is Ghost Teas. And tea is TEAS. And they like at the beginning they're like, we have blah 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 tea flavor today. But I don't listen to a lot of their stuff because the few that I have clicked on were like, now just so you know, talking about this doll can give you or your animals health conditions and health issues. I was like, I don't need to add to that. Like, I gotta know. And then I was reading the comments. I paused the video and I was reading through the comments, and the comments were like, as soon as I started playing this video, all of my audio cut out and wouldn't turn back on for 6 minutes. And I was like, a lot of weird stuff like that. And it's one of those where I was just like, I don't want to risk it. Like, I don't, even if that's not a thing, I don't need to risk myself, my dog, my family, or whatever by listening to this podcast right now. Full send for those who do, like, do it up. And like,
you do you.
At some point, I probably will talk about a cursed doll like that. But I believe that Annabelle's the same way. It's like, you're not supposed to look her in the eyes. And if you do, then she can like curse you or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And so I was watching a Sam and Colby video, I believe it was, and they were like, we're going to show her on screen for a second. So if you don't want to watch, like, turn away. And I did. I was like, nope. No. I like looked down. I was like, I'm not risking it. I don't care if people believe it or not. It's just not worth the risk to me personally. Because some of that stuff is freaky. Like, and some of the objects too, like, there's videos of them moving and things like that. So it's like, no, thank you.
Did you know you could buy supposedly haunted dolls off eBay?
Yes, and I do want to. Like, but because there's a difference. Like, usually the people who are selling haunted dolls will be like, this one has a spirit named Jenny attached to it. Yeah. She's really friendly. She likes to art. Or she likes to art.
She likes to art.
She likes to art. I like to art too. She likes to make art. So if you paint with her or whatever, like, she'll love it. And those, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I'd bring something like that into my house. Yeah. The ones where it's like, don't look her in the eyes, otherwise you'll die. No thanks.
No.
Because the first thing in my head to do would be to look them in the eyes. Like, you tell me not to do something and I'm immediately like, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. My brain, and it's a psychological thing.
Yes, it is for everybody.
Like, yeah, it's like saying don't push that button. All you want to do is push the button.
Exactly.
Same concept. So yeah, no, I love haunted objects. I think they're cool. Whenever I go to like estate sales and stuff like that, I bring my EMF reader and I like hold it up to like the mirrors. And I'm like, if I bring
Are you haunted?
Home, am I gonna get like a poltergeist in my room? But yeah, my leg is so itchy. I like blanked immediately on what I was trying to say. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Note that our episodes might be flip-flopping a little bit this month, just because of the DOS house and like going and recording that and then editing that and everything. You should still be getting all of your episodes that we would promise, like every Sunday and Thursday.
Yes, of course.
Just, it might be when it's supposed to be, Scoot's episode, it might be mine. They're just going to be rearranged a little bit.
They're just going to be flip-flopped a little bit.
Yeah, we had a lot of other things come up too, and so my sister was doing the social media for us. But you know, life is life, so a lot of things got in the way, which is totally fine. But I took that back on now too, so I'm just trying to rework the workflow to incorporate that a little bit. So things are getting switched. The switcheroo. But yeah. And until then, we hope you keep listening and don't go too far because we'll catch you in the next investigation. Bye.
Bye.
I know we already said bye. But
we started talking about it again.
We turned off the recording and immediately started talking about the vase again. Because she said, I don't think it's real. And I was like, I feel like the fact that we don't have the vase anymore it adds to the curse itself.
It adds to the spookiness.
It gives it like an ambiguity, whatever that fucking word is. You know what I'm... Yeah, because now it's like, it leans a little more into the story because nobody has the vase to be like, yeah, see, nobody's died since...
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's now just like...
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go? And now nobody's dying. It's kind of like when somebody gets arrested and the killings stop. You're like, see, they're connected.
Yeah.
It's the same vibe.
Same thing.
Okay. I think that was everything. We're going to turn it off and probably start talking again. But it's fine. All right. Bye.
Bye.